I'm going to walk you through how to create an account in Limbase, but I do want to take this opportunity to remind you that Limbase is a clinical decision support system for lymphedema therapists. There's an expectation that you've completed lymphedema-specific postgraduate training in the management of lymphedema in order to register as a Limbase user. The first step in registration is to open the application, and you'll find the login button in the top right-hand corner of the website, www.limbase.com. You can also bookmark Limbase for easy access once you're in. In order to start using Limbase, there's a two-stage process to move through. You first need to register yourself as a user, and then, unless you've been invited by a colleague in your practice already using the system, you'll register your clinical practice. You'll need a good 10 minutes to complete both steps. So let's start by creating a new user. Hopefully all the pages in Limbase will be intuitive and won't require much explanation, but I will highlight a few fields for your attention. Mandatory fields are denoted with a red star. The mobile phone number is important as this is the number your code for a secure login is sent to. This must be provided in an international format. In Australia, this simply means adding +61 before your mobile phone number and dropping the 0 at the beginning. The email address you use and the password you create are also important to retain, as this will be your login for Limbase. Only a password rating of good or strong will be accepted. Some of the fields have been added for your own record. For example, relevant lymphedema training provides evidence that you have undergone the necessary postgraduate lymphedema training required, but it is also a useful spot to keep a record of continued professional development. If we scroll down to the bottom, we ask you which garment companies you use so that we will ensure that we approach these companies to invite them to be part of the garment search. This information will not be used for marketing purposes. And finally, at the bottom of the page, you have access to the terms and conditions and the privacy policy for Limbase. You need to agree to these policies to register, so definitely worth having a read. If there are mandatory fields that you haven't entered, these will be highlighted when you save an update. Once saved, you will return to the login page where you'll enter the email address and password you have just provided. The application will ask you to identify the clinic where you are seeing patients. If this hasn't been entered before, it will require you to enter a new clinic following multi-factor authentication. The code is sent to your mobile phone to enter here. In the Add New Clinic page, you will find that all the fields are mandatory as indicated by the red stars. This page is all very straightforward. This selection, hospital-based, refers to the location of your service regardless of whether it's an inpatient or outpatient service. So once these fields are entered and the Save button is hit, you will return to the login page, identify your clinic, and you're in. If you need to edit your details as a therapist or the clinic details, you can revisit these pages through the icon at the top right of the platform. I hope this provides some useful guidance, and welcome to Limbase. You can always contact us via the website if you have any further questions. Thanks.